Hello 2024. May I introduce my best version? Nothing will stop me. Showtime.
Hey, pretty people, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So we're back.
Yes, we are. Number 2.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel okay.
I think we did pretty good with the first one.
Yeah, not bad.
Like
not bad. I think
we're
it's
starting.
okay.
Yeah.
We're finding our groove, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Takes a while.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so since it is the first weekend of the new year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we went to church this morning.
Yeah.
SDA.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about New Year's resolutions.
Okay. Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
So my first question is, do you have, or do you normally have a New Year's resolution?
No. I do not make New Year's resolutions. I think that it's just depressing when people make them. And then eventually, they end up not keeping them. But what I am for is life changes. And throughout the year, I do focus on goals that I have that I want to change in my life. And I'm a Christian. So, I ask God to give me the power and strength to be able to adhere to those goals that I have. And I do it continuously. I just don't wait till the end of the year to do it. And so I just do it throughout where there's a need in my life. I kind of...
Okay, so I feel like you're kind of throwing a little shade at me because I do New Year's resolutions.
Wow. There was no shade in that at all. Somebody is being bugged by something that I said because I didn't have any of that in mind.
Anyways, I, like most of the population, have a New Year's resolution. But I do plan for mine because I do want to be successful in my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
So
there's nothing wrong with that either.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't do it. That's all.
Anyways, so I have like a plan, like every month what I'm doing. So I don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this. I usually plan it out.
Okay.
And I usually start my planning before the new year. So
Okay.
like since last November, last December, I've decided like, okay, this is what I want to focus on. This is how I plan to focus on it.
Yeah.
I'll do research. I'll go to the University of Google.
Research? Really? Wow. That's deep.
Anyways, I'll go to the University of Google, look stuff up. Like this, like right now in January, that's my hydration month. So TikTok for more information. Yeah. And essentially,
she's been drinking that water,
And essentially, I bought myself one of those bottles that have like the timestamps on it and everything. So yeah, so I plan my stuff out. So yeah, so I definitely have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's go to our next segment, which is what would Jesus do? So basically, I'm going to give us a scenario. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And then, we'll give our perspective on what we would do. Okay. And then maybe we can like critique ourselves and say like, is that like the most Christian thing to do? Okay. So Cat Williams' interview with Shannon Sharp on the Shay Shay Room, or on the Shay Room, did I say that right?
I have no idea. I don't.
Has been blowing.
She had me watching this thing.
It's so, isn't it juicy, y'all? It's juicy.
This comedian, for those who don't know.
Okay, does anybody remember My Wife and Kids? There is an episode where Jay goes back to school and she gets a pair of pants from Claire and it says juicy on it. Yeah. And then it doesn't fit, so the J pops up. Yeah. And it says UC. Wow. And then when she went to school, she said everybody was calling her UC, and they were like, so basically, Cat Williams had the J pop off, and it was UC. Okay, it was UC. However, my question is, if somebody went online or in public and blasted you the way Cat Williams did, would you respond? Because a lot of comedians have responded to what he said about them, but a lot of them haven't. Like, I don't think Steve Harvey has responded yet. And I think a couple others. I don't remember all the comedians that were named. Yeah. I remember Steve Harvey because I like him. But yeah, he didn't respond. So like Faison Love responded. Cedric the Entertainer responded. Ice Cube even responded. Like a lot of people responded. So if it was your name that came up, would you respond?
Believe it or not, there was a day when I heard stuff being said about me, I would respond right away. But given my experience now in life, and I know a lot of these guys, I've been learning, about the law and so forth like that, and courts and dealing in businesses. A lot of these guys, they don't say nothing for a reason.
That's true.
Because the more you say, if you want to sue them,
that's
or
very
if you want to take him for all his money, if you keep your mouth quiet, the better. And those who like Ice Cube's a gangster, man. Ice Cube don't care. You know, some of those, the ones who are speaking out right now, they don't care, right? But the other ones, they're smart. They know that the more you keep your mouth, they're lawyers. They have lawyers. I can tell you that. They have lawyers, and their lawyers probably told them to keep their mouths quiet. Because if they want to take this guy for all, he probably has nothing anyways. But if they ever feel like they want to take this guy for anything he's worth, they can do it if they wanted to.
All right.
So,
all right.
I hope he has receipts. Did he say he has receipts? He better have receipts. Well, lawyer up and get ready to lawyer up. I don't even know if he could go through so many law cases because he's outing everybody.
But the thing about it is that some of the things that he said, people online have already found the receipts for him.
Wow.
So he doesn't even have to produce the receipts. Because even when he said the whole thing about Cedric the Entertainer stealing his joke, somebody actually found the jokes, like the segments, and posted them already. Like there were a bunch of them on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of what he said was true. Like
I truly believe a lot of what he says is true. And then a lot of what he says he believes is true because I don't think everything's factual that he said. There are little parts in there where I'm not sure if he knows, you know, whether it's true or not. Like he said Cedric the Entertainer didn't have his own
Netflix special on Netflix.
Netflix special.
But hold on. I think he exaggerated some of it.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think some of it was exaggerated.
Yeah. But that's in his own perception because I really believe you could tell when someone's sincerely saying something. I could tell when somebody's sincerely saying something or somebody's trying to cover something up. Okay, and I don't believe he's covering anything. He's just letting it flow.
Yeah.
He's letting it flow. He's not thinking about it. He's not meditating about it.
That's true.
He's just talking about it.
That's true.
That's why I say that in some instances he's just a little bit off.
Yeah.
But he believes it's true.
Right.
You know?
But the thing about it is that he's not so off.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
He believes everything he's saying.
Okay, so I have to add a little bit. I think that he's not lying, and even if he is off, he's not off by a lot.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense?
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
So me personally, I would say nothing because I don't see the point.
Even if you were guilty, why would you say something?
I don't see the point.
Just make it worse.
I don't see the point.
If they were guilty and they open up their mouth, then it's gonna make me even worse because he knows if it's true, and I believe he knows this. Some of these things are true. He probably would check them.
But here's the thing. Here's the other thing too. If anybody's talking about me, and they haven't taken the time to call me, or they don't have my number, we don't really have that much of a relationship,
or nothing to say, right?
So what do I care? Because people will say,
and there's nothing to gain if you step in and say something.
But hold on, people will say things about you from here to Timbuktu until the day you die. People will talk about you,
true,
right?
True.
So my thing is that do I want to spend my life responding to the things that people say about me, or do I want to spend my life living my life?
You just live your life.
Exactly. So unless you have my phone number, or unless you're able to contact me in some way and have a private conversation, you can say whatever you want.
True,
I really couldn't care less.
True. These guys are making so much more money than he is. You know,
because
what do they care if they come down? It was like when the beef that they had between Nicki Minaj and what's it called? What's the other rapper? You know her name?
Cardi B?
No, Mom.
We are so old.
Yeah, what's her name? What's her name? Mom. Remy Ma.
That was
I feel so bad.
And she made Sheether.
I feel so bad. But
look,
Nicki Minaj didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't lose anything. When she dropped her album afterwards, nobody even cared about what was going on, right? But she's still making her money and she's still doing her things. And so these people, they have a lot of money, but they're not going to come down to people who are not economically at the same level as they are.
But they're busy. They have other things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
People are busy living their lives. Anyways, okay. Speaking of Cat Williams, since we're already on the subject, what did you think of the interview? So let's clarify. We've watched maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours of it. It's long, y'all. If you haven't watched the interview, you have to take your time out of your life and your busy schedule and find time to watch it. It's a long interview, but it's really good. Like it really is good.
Well, I find it really interesting.
It was very interesting. But I think we were at like an hour, I would say an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right? So what did you think of the interview? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think he's just fed up, I guess. And I'm frustrated. And he's pointing out some things in his society that I believe are true. A lot of them are true. I can't say everything he's saying is true, but a lot of them that he's saying is true. And I don't think he even cares anymore. He doesn't even care anymore. Yeah. But what frustrates me is I hope because I don't know his heart. He seems like a lot of his grounding comes from a background of having a Christian family. Is that it?
He said he's from a Christian family. Yeah.
And I believe that's what's keeping him right now. But
so you mean his values and his principles? You mean?
Yeah, now, and the fact that he's speaking the truth and everything. But I just hope that he continues to pursue that. You know what I mean? Because for me personally, I believe some people may disagree with me, but you're on one side or the other. You know what I mean?
But he says that.
Pardon?
He says that. Yeah. He says you're on God's side or the other side.
Okay,
he even says that
you can't have both worlds. So I just hope that he chooses one and doesn't try to dabble between both of them, because for me it looks like he's taking a position of limbo sometimes. You know what I mean? In between, and it's just like it now works. So it doesn't work that way. So we'll see what goes on.
For me, what I saw was somebody who was frustrated and fed up with people lying about him. That's because he says it like it looks like a poke the bear situation. You're poking me, you're poking me.
And the more he opens the mouth, the more it gets worse for them, and he realizes that.
Yeah. So he's like, if you guys don't want to stop, so let's get it out in the open. So that's how I felt. But one thing I love about Cat Williams is that, yes, he's telling us what's going on. Yeah. But it's hilarious. Like, all the bullets that were coming, it's like...
But it's so amazing how he could just like...
It was awesome.
He's talking the truth. So he's not thinking about it.
No.
He's just going at it.
And that's the thing. You can tell that he's not sitting there thinking, trying to remember. He's just talking.
I mean, there are points where he pauses because he knows the danger of some of the things that he's talking about. Where he doesn't answer, he tries not to answer the question because he just, I see there's points in the interview where... I
disagree.
No, I believe. There's some points where he says, why don't you answer that question? Or
I disagree.
Why don't you say? He'll tell the truth, but I don't think he'll volunteer.
I have a different position. I'll tell you what my position is.
Okay.
I think, this is my personal belief, and people don't come for me. Mm-hmm. I think that if you look at the beginning of the interview as it's going along, I feel like Shannon Sharp tried to use a couple of moments to discredit him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on. Yeah.
Because at one point he goes, oh, you're drinking too much. Yeah. And Kat's like, what are you talking about? I had less booze than you. Yeah. And then at another time, he said something else. I don't remember. I should find it. But there's something else that he said.
Yeah, he's saying a lot of things to try to discredit him.
Right. Then at one point, Shannon Sharp's like, oh my gosh, nobody's going to come back on. Wait, let me finish. Fine. At one point, Shannon Sharp goes, Lord have mercy, nobody's gonna come back on my show. Yeah. So
was it live?
No.
So why didn't you just stop recording?
Because it was good and it was juicy. 24 million people watching. Where are you going? But here's my point. Cat is a smart dude. I think he picked up on the fact that Shannon was like, oh my god.
But that's where the pausing was coming from afterwards. Hold on.
He was like, please don't cancel my show.
Yeah.
And Cat was like, yo, you're not gonna put this all on me. So I noticed that towards the middle / end of towards the end of the interview, he starts reeling Shannon in. So when Shannon starts saying ask certain questions, you'll notice instead of just answering, he goes, well, what would you do?
Exactly, right. That's what I was referring to.
Okay, let me finish. Yeah, and the reason why he was doing that was because he was like, you go down with the ship.
Okay.
Right? Which is what ingenious,
exactly.
Which is ingenious, right?
He knew he was being baited. Is that it? He knew he was being baited. So as a result, he started, maneuvering himself in the same way.
Because he's like, you're not going to have me sit here and say, call me. You're going to get into
exactly.
But I think,
that was the point where you saw him.
But I think that
to be a little bit reserved, but it wasn't because he was lying or anything. It was because he realized what was going on in the interview.
But I think the only reason why he did that is because he felt like Shannon was like discrediting him.
Right.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
It was because I think if Shannon was like, woo, and
or there was parts when he was referring to his former life, but he didn't want to incriminate himself. Like he said, I used to do things that I do no longer do. I'm not gonna say quote for quote, but I used to do things that I no longer do, and we all know what he was talking about when he said that, right?
Okay.
He did refer to his pimping times. But he didn't refer to. There was an allusion there that he was doing some other stuff that he shouldn't have been doing, and he didn't verbalize it on camera. And I think there's a reason for that, right?
I guess
he didn't want to incriminate himself for anything that he used to do a long time ago, right?
I guess
that's what I believe.
I don't know. Okay. I personally think that he recognized a little bit as he was going through Shannon's position. Yeah. And he just wanted
He should have known that before he got into the interview, though, no? You think it just came up on him? Really?
Yeah. And I think as Shannon was, commenting, then he was like, Negro, we ain't doing this alone. But it was a good interview. We're definitely going to finish it. Maybe we'll have more to say next week. Yeah. But yeah, like, it was a really good interview. I don't really
want to watch any more of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I appreciate the fact, but
by the way,
he's not telling me stuff. He's actually confirming stuff that we probably already suspected about what's going on in Hollywood and the dark side to it. Yeah. And so he's probably confirming it. But, a lot of us already knew it somehow. It's those couples where someone's cheating on somebody and they have the suspicion in the back of their head or something like that, and they need that confession or confirmation. He's the one that brought that confirmation.
All I have to say
to all of the America or the world or everybody who watches this stuff.
All I have to say is every single person that believes in the Illuminati after this it will be referenced forever. Okay,
I think
did y'all see when Cat Williams was like the package deal is if you get a light skinned woman who don't talk with a weird face, and then poor dog, and then what do you call it? Somebody actually took pictures of all the comedians with their wives. Yeah. That was so messed up. That was so messed up. I was like, whoa. So people have been fact checking online. Anyways. Okay. So we're gonna stop there because again, we didn't watch the whole thing. I will. You don't have to. We'll discuss it and come back and maybe say one or two things
again. Really?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm still watching it. I'm still watching it. But you did such a good job last week, Boo Boos, with our affirmation section. Yeah. Where you just let the people go with some positivity for the week. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you do that again. Just speak some life into the audience.
Now, being a pastor, one thing that I get from this interview with Cat Williams is that he's standing on the truth that he knows, right? And, as a Christian, if you believe in God or whatever it is, the truth will always be the truth.
And right? It will set you free.
And it will set you free. And so instead of compromising or giving in to whatever's going on around you, it's just better to stand on the truth that that has been given to you. For me, as a man of God, that comes from God for me. And as long as I stand on his truth, I know that I have nothing to fear. And so Cat Williams, he knows that if he's standing on the truth, there's nothing that they can say to take away the power from the things he's saying. Amen. Because he's testifying about his situation and his circumstances. So when it comes to situations that you may find yourself in life, stand on the truth and have nothing to fear. Yes. At least you have a clear conscience, right? Yes. And your story will never change, right? And so on that note, we just appreciate you just joining us and allowing us to be able to share this moment with you. And anything you want to say?
Preach, preacher.
No, I'm not preaching. I'm done preaching now. I don't know if you can. Our dog in the background is like whining at us. I don't know if you've heard it. It's coming through the mic.
I think what happened is that she was on my lap and she was with us last time, and now she's not, so she's upset. So next time,
she got her. She got her in these. This kind of winter jacket things that they put on dogs.
It's cold outside. We're in Canada. It's cold outside.
I know.
Okay. Anyways, y'all.
Yeah.
We will talk to you next week.
All right. Until next time. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. Take care.